to Spark. I did pros and cons of the death penalty. Some of the cons are the cost. For example, like you really think that it would cost a lot less to kill someone than it would to keep them in jail for the rest of their life. But it costs a lot more because pre-trial time, you gotta pay people for that time. More experts, twice as many attorneys, 2 trials conducted if they're found guilty, a series of appeals. The cost, we can fix that if we actually tried to make it more efficient, but we don't. Instead, we keep arguing over whether or not it's right to do it. Another con is it makes the jury members reluctant to convict. Just tell them that their conviction has no effect whatsoever on whether or not the person's gonna die. They're just convicting them on whether or not they did the crime or not. Has no effect on what their punishment's gonna be. So just don't tell people that the case that they're weighing in on has anything to do with death row. Just let them know that they're convicting a criminal. Prisoner's family suffers. Okay, pros, it gives closure to the victims' families. They're possibly innocent and you're killing an innocent person. DNA testing eliminates most uncertainty in like whether or not they're guilty. So that pretty much that and the possible innocence kind of counteract each other. They could be mentally ill. Just put in a clause where mentally ill patients can't do it, like can't be killed because of their crime. They will always go to a institution that will help them. Okay, and it creates sympathy for the perpetrator. Perpetrator? Yes, that's how you say it. I mean, I don't really think it does. It just creates arguments, not sympathy. Contributes to solving overpopulation, not just in jails, but in the world. But it also just solves overpopulation in jails. Crime deterrent, not really. It's not really a crime deterrent because if you're gonna commit a crime, you're gonna do it anyways. Like, you already know you're gonna be getting life in jail. Like, they're not thinking, hey, I'm gonna get caught. They're thinking, I'm gonna get away with it. So, they don't really care that they might face the death penalty. Most people, at least. Otherwise, they probably weren't very serious about committing the crime in the first place. No chance of them escaping. There's no contradiction for that. They won't escape if they're dead. A lot of people say that these are just argument points that people argue about. Wow, this is gonna be full of bloopers. But they say that it violates the Bill of Rights, cruel and unusual punishment clause. But I don't really think it's cruel and unusual to kill someone. Like, they're not being tortured or anything. They're just being killed. They're locked up before they're killed. They're being punished for a crime that they did. They were found guilty. They had chance to appeal. All those other things that cost a lot of money. They had good lawyers. The whole shebang. And there's no way that's cruel. Plus, another argument against the death penalty is life in prison's worse, so they shouldn't be killed because they should be punished more by spending their life in jail. So I don't really think that it's cruel and unusual to kill someone. Like, it's just not. Okay. Then people will say that it doesn't bring the victim back to life. Sure, it doesn't bring the victim back to life, but neither does locking them up. It just stops them from killing more people. The point isn't bringing the victim back to life, it's stopping them from doing it ever again. And if they're dead, they can never kill anyone else. So that's kind of the point. And it also answers the next argument, why kill people who kill people, to show people that killing people is wrong. They need to be held accountable for what they've done, and they need to be stopped from ever doing it again. If we just left them alone or locked them up, there's a possibility that they could get out and do it again. So in case you're wondering, I do support the death penalty, but not as it is right now because it's not very efficient. It's not efficient and it's got terrible, they just need to figure out a better way to maintain it. This off. I might be the last video of this year, so that's kind of exciting. Oh, oops, I'm supposed to tell someone else what their video is going to be about. I haven't done that yet. I don't even know. And I love Reese's. I love Reese's. I love Reese's, but only the mini ones. Because the big ones don't have these little ones have like the perfect chocolate to peanut butter ratio. I want you to talk about animal sex. Ciao. I'm going to talk about elephant sex, snail sex, and eagle sex.